The birthday cake sat in the back seat of Mom's car, a perfect tower of vanilla buttercream and dark chocolate ganache, exactly the way Dad liked it. 28 years of marriage, and she still remembered every detail about him. The irony would hit me later, sharp as broken glass. "Should we get coffee too?" Mom asked, her voice bright with that eager-to-please tone that always made my chest ache. "Your father mentioned he loves the espresso at Riverfront Cafe." I should have noticed the way she said it, the slight tremor, the unspoken question. But I was 17, scrolling through my phone, half listening, buzzing about my college acceptance letter that had arrived that morning. "Sure, Mom, whatever you want." She parked right in front of the cafe's wide glass windows. I grabbed my purse, already planning my order, when her hand shot out and gripped my wrist. Her fingers were ice cold. "Lena." Just my name, but the way she said it made my blood freeze. I looked up. Through the glass, past the hanging ferns and couples at small tables, I saw him. My dad stood near the back, his hand wrapped around a woman's waist. She was tall, blonde, beautiful in a calculated way. Her hand rested on his chest, possessive. She threw her head back, laughing at something he said, and he leaned down. He kissed her. Not a peck, a real, familiar kiss. My heart didn't just skip a beat, it stopped. The world went silent, except for a roaring in my ears. Then a teenage boy appeared beside them, carrying a tray with 3 coffees. He was tall, dark-haired, maybe 15. He set the tray down, said something to Dad. Dad ruffled his hair. The boy grinned and said one word. I couldn't hear it through the glass, but I saw his lips form the shape. Dad. Mom made a sound, not a gasp, not a moan, something animal, as if her soul was tearing in half. My hands moved on autopilot. I pulled out my phone and hit record. The video was shaky, but clear. Dad's arm around her, the kiss, the boy calling him Dad. 43 seconds of footage that would detonate our lives. "Lena," Mom's voice cracked. "Tell me I'm not seeing this. Tell me that's not him." I wanted to lie. God, I wanted to. But the words were ash in my mouth. I just stared at the stranger wearing my father's face. The blonde woman glanced toward the window. For one suspended moment, our eyes met. She smiled, slow, knowing, as if she'd been waiting for this. She said something to Dad. He turned, saw us. His face drained of color, then flushed red, then went frighteningly blank. "We're leaving, now." I half-dragged my shell-shocked mother back to the car. We drove home through streets that now felt like a painted set. Nothing was real. We sat in the driveway for 20 minutes before she spoke. "How long?" she whispered. "How long do you think?" I thought of the boy, 15 years old. I thought of Mom, rendered infertile after the car accident 17 years ago. The accident where she'd thrown her body over Dad's to save his life. The accident that stole her chance to give him more children. "A long time, Mom," I said, the truth cold and final. "A very long time." Dad came home an hour later, his face a careful mask. He'd had time to prepare his lies. "Claire, Lena, let's talk inside." His voice was too calm. We followed him into the living room, the room of birthday parties and Christmas mornings, now poisoned. "It's not what you think," he began, pouring himself a scotch from the expensive bottle Mom bought him last anniversary. I actually laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "Really? What part am I misunderstanding? The kiss? The boy calling you Dad? Here," I held up my phone. "Let's watch it together." Mom sat perfectly still, hands folded, as if movement might shatter her. Dad's jaw tightened. That was a client and her son. The kiss, it's a European greeting, a cultural misunderstanding. "Stop." Mom's voice was a whisper, but it cut like a blade. "Stop lying to me, Robert." Claire, you're overreacting. Show him the video, Lena. He watched it, his expression carefully neutral, but a muscle jumped in his jaw. When it ended, the silence was suffocating. Fine. His voice dropped all pretense, turning cold. Yes, her name is Anya. It's complicated. How long? Mom's question hung in the air. Does it matter? How long? He looked away, defeated. 16 years. 16 years. More than half my life. Every late night, every business trip, every distraction. A lie. And the boy? I asked, my voice trembling. Caleb. He's 15. Mom's knees buckled. I caught her, guided her back to the sofa. She was crying now, silent tears carving paths through her makeup. You have a son? She breathed, the words barely audible. All this time, I blamed myself. I thought my body had failed you, and you had a son? Get out. Her voice was suddenly clear, steel wrapped in velvet. Get out of my house. This is my house, too. The house I bought with my inheritance. The life I maintained while you built your career on our backs. Get out. He grabbed his keys. At the door, he turned, his arrogance returning. You'll calm down. We'll talk when you're rational. He left. Mom collapsed into sobs, and I held her, feeling the foundation of my world crumble. And beneath the shock and grief, something new stirred. Cold, hard, purposeful, rage. I became a detective overnight. While Mom cried herself to sleep, I dove into the digital wreckage of our lives. Dad was arrogant, not careful. I found it all. 15 years of monthly transfers to an account under Anya Petrova. Thousands of dollars, money for my college, for Mom's security, funding his secret family. The emails were worse. A folder labeled personal, poorly protected. Claire is so needy. I can't wait to be done with this charade. Caleb deserves a real father, full time. The old house feels like a prison. You're my freedom, Anya. The worst one, dated 3 weeks ago. Soon, once Lena graduates, there's no reason to stay. We'll move you and Caleb into a proper home. This waiting is killing me. I printed everything. Then I dug deeper. Property records, a luxury condo in the Pearl District bought for Anya. Registration, a BMW in her name. Tuition, $40,000 a year for Caleb's private school. All bought with money that belonged to us. The door opened. Not Dad, my grandmother, Evelyn, letting herself in with her key. Her face was pinched with worry. Lena, sweetheart, your father called. He explained the misunderstanding. Don't, I said, standing. Don't you dare. These things happen, dear. Men have. He has another family, Grandma, a son. She sighed, smoothing her skirt. I know it's difficult, but marriage is complicated. Your mother should have been more attentive. More attentive? My voice rose. She saved his life. She can't have children because of it. Lower your voice. And yes, that was unfortunate. But men have needs. Your mother should have. The realization hit me like a physical blow. You knew. Her silence was confirmation. How long have you known he was cheating? She finally met my eyes, a mixture of defiance and shame. 5 years, maybe 6. The room spun. 6 years and you said nothing? I was protecting this family, your father's reputation, his career. You are protecting yourself, your perfect son, your social standing. You'll regret speaking to me this way. The only thing I regret, I said, my voice trembling with fury, is believing we were a family. Get out. When she left, I sat back down and kept working. By noon, I had a dossier of destruction. I showed Mom everything. She read the emails in silence, her hands shaking. When she finished, she looked at me with something new in her eyes. Not just pain, but a cold, clear resolve. "I want to see her," Mom said quietly. "I want to look the woman who destroyed my life in the eye." Anya's condo was a monument to Dad's betrayal, all glass, steel, and river views. She answered in silk pajamas, smiling as if we were expected. "Claire and Lena, how lovely." Her confidence was a weapon. The condo was filled with everything Mom had ever wanted. Anya poured herself wine, not offering us any. "I suppose Robert told you about us." "We saw you at the cafe," I said. "Ah, yes, I thought it was time. Robert has been so worried about hurting you, but this charade has gone on long enough." "How can you be so casual about this?" Mom whispered. Anya sipped her wine. "Casual, darling? There's nothing casual about 16 years. Robert and I love each other. We have a son. We're a family. You're just an arrangement that's outlived its usefulness. I'm his wife. You're an obligation. There's a difference." She set her glass down. "Let me be honest. You're what, 48? Infertile. You haven't worked in decades. What do you offer a man like Robert? He needs someone vital, someone who can give him a son." Mom flinched as if struck. "Mom, let's go," I said, pulling her arm. "Wait." A boy emerged from a bedroom, Caleb. He looked me over with a smirk. "Is this her, the old wife?" "Caleb, be nice," Anya said, without conviction. "Why? Dad says she's pathetic, always crying." He looked at Mom. "Must suck to be replaced." I stepped between them. "Shut your mouth." "Or what?" He laughed. "You're gonna tell on me? To who? Your daddy left you." The door opened. Dad walked in, froze. "What are you doing here?" Mom turned, her composure shattering. "I wanted to see what I was competing with." "This isn't appropriate, Claire." "None of this is appropriate," she screamed, raw and guttural. "You had a child with her while I blamed myself for not giving you more. You played house here while I played fool." Dad set his briefcase down, his mask of patience gone. "I never meant for this to happen, but it did." Anya moved to his side, slipping her hand into his, a united front. "Robert, maybe it's time." "Time for what?" I demanded. Dad looked at me, and for a moment I saw not my father, but a stranger, resigned, relieved almost. "Lena, you don't understand." He gestured to Anya and Caleb. "This is my real family." The words were the final kill shot. Mom swayed. I caught her. "We're leaving," I said, guiding my broken mother out. In the elevator, she sobbed into my shoulder. "I'm sorry, Lena. I'm so sorry. I should have been better. I should have—" "Mom, stop." I held her tight. "He made these choices, not you." And in that moment, my grief crystallized into a plan. They wanted to erase us? Fine. I would burn their perfect world to the ground. I didn't post a blog. I took the evidence, the emails, the financials, the video, straight to my father's senior partners at the law firm. Embezzlement of client funds for personal use is not a personal matter. It's a career-ending crime. His firm fired him immediately and reported him to the Bar Association. Disbarment proceedings began within a week. Next, I went to the IRS. Anonymous tip. 16 years of undeclared income and fraud? They were very interested. The condo was seized, the BMW repossessed. Caleb was pulled from his elite private school. But the masterstroke came from the private investigator I hired. A simple DNA test procured from Caleb's discarded toothbrush. The result, Robert was not the biological father. I sent one copy to my father, I sent another to Anya with a note. Your son needs his real daddy. Good luck finding him after 16 years. The last time I saw my father, he was a hollowed-out shell on our doorstep, begging for forgiveness. Mom didn't slam the door. She simply looked at him and said, "The man I loved died 17 years ago in that car. I just didn't know it until now." Then she closed the door, softly, finally. We sold the house. Mom used her inheritance to buy a small gallery by the coast. She paints now, vivid, stormy seascapes that sell for a surprising amount. I'm studying forensic accounting. I have a talent for finding hidden truths. Sometimes at the gallery openings, I see a man who looks like my father from behind. My breath catches. Then he turns, and it's never him. Mom links her arm through mine. "You okay?" "Yeah," I say, and I mean it. I'm okay. We don't talk about revenge. We talk about the light on the water, the new artist she's showcasing, my latest project. The best revenge wasn't destroying his life. It was building ours, beautiful and complete, without him in it. The cafe window showed us a nightmare, but we woke up and we walked into the sun.